Red Sox fans got a double dose of good news yesterday when the Red Sox beat the White Sox. I'm going to talk about what those two pieces of news are a little bit later in the video, but first, a win is a win is a win is a win. I know it's against the White Sox, but to take 3 out of 4 to get the series win with Seattle coming into town is a huge momentum boost that they desperately needed. They could have crumbled. They could have, God forbid, lost the series. They could have split the series, but no, they came out on Marathon Monday and won the game. Now, they're second place in the AL East, baby. We are cooking with gas. If you are excited that the Red Sox won the series, hit that like button. I want to see every single person like the video because we don't want to watch the Red Sox lose. Who wants to watch the Red Sox lose? It's always a better day if the Red Sox win. So if you're happy that they got the dub, hit that like button right now. Welcome in to this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. And the Red Sox, they did the thing. They got out of the season series against the White Sox unscathed. They took 4 out of 3. We never have to see them again. I don't think, at least. I'd have to look at the schedule. I could be completely wrong. But nonetheless, the Red Sox take the series 3-1 and win yesterday's game 4-2. Like I said, we've got a double dose of a really, really good news that I want to talk about today. But before I do that, we do have a few little injury updates that I want to get to. Brayan Bello, it hasn't been made official by the team yet, but if you look on MLB.com, he is the probable starter today. I think it's all but safe to say that Bello's back. Again, unless I'm missing it at the time of recording, I don't think the Red Sox have made it official yet, but Bello's gonna pitch today. He's back. So that's really good news. If you can get him at his ceiling, he can be a really good piece in your rotation, which has been really solid as of late. So I'm very happy that Bello's back. I hope that he absolutely shoves today. The Mariners they're not a bad team, but we know that their offense is not anywhere near as good as the Red Sox ceiling of offense can be. So hopefully the Red Sox come out and they take a few wins off Seattle. That would be a really big deal against a rotation in Seattle. That's really, really good. Another piece of news, Lucas Giolito spoke yesterday and he said he feels really good. I know that he has to get probably another rehab start or so. And was a little bit behind from Bello, but he spoke yesterday and said he feels really good. He said getting over the 5-inning mark was a really big deal for him, and the fact that he did that, he feels a lot more confident, he feels a lot more better. So I think we're probably going to see Giolito within a week or so. It wouldn't surprise me if in the next week or so, Giolito is also called back up to the roster and he takes a spot in the rotation. So I'm very excited about that. I'm excited to have our rotation as a whole ready to go. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be really, really good. If you're excited for Brayan Bello to make a start today, go down below in the comments and type me. I'm excited. Look, we can crap on Bello all we want. You know, he signed the contract, hasn't lived up to expectations yet, but I still think, a lot like Tristan Casas, he has a high ceiling, and if he can hit that ceiling, he can be really, really good for this Red Sox team, and like it or not, they signed him to the extension. He's here for the future. So if you're excited that Bello's back, I'm excited that Bello's back. Type me down below in the comments. All right, let's talk about the game. The Red Sox win 4-2. They now sit at 13-11 on the season, and that's good enough for second place in the AL East. I believe they're a game and a half back of New York. So, guys, we're cooking with gas. The Sox are in this, and look, it's April, so of course they're in this, but they haven't fallen too far deep that it already seems insurmountable. Second place in the AL East. Game and a half back of New York, I believe. I can fact check that. I don't want to be saying things that aren't true. Let me fact check this. Game and a half back in New York. Yep. They've won 6 of their last 10, and their run differential is now only at a -5. So that's a very, very good news. But let's talk about the game. Two pieces of really good news, and both those pieces are, I think, we have two potential stars that we were a little bit concerned about finally kind of breaking out. And the first one's Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler had a stellar outing yesterday. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, only 1 run given up. He walked 3 and he struck out 9. He looked like vintage Walker Buehler. And that's really, really good news for Red Sox fans. You want Buehler to start to find his groove because if, again, you can get vintage Buehler, that ceiling's really, really high. And in this rotation that features Garrett Crochet, who we know is dominant, Tanner Houck, who is up and down at best, having Buehler as a solid number 3 starter is something that you desperately, desperately need. And for him to come out yesterday, and I get it. Jack, it's the White Sox. It's the White Sox, Jack. The White Sox have won 3 games against the Red Sox, so I don't care who it is. They're major league players, and for Buehler to come out and dominate, I think that's the thing. Dominate. Seven innings, 100 pitches on the dot. I believe that was the most pitches he's thrown in a game in years. I forget if that stat's correct or not, but it's something to that effect. This is the longest he's gone in a game in forever. And he dominated. For that to happen after we were all a little bit skeptical about how he was going to look is really good news for a Red Sox rotation that has been, I think, a little bit without identity so far in this year. So I'm really, really happy about that. I think that that's absolutely fantastic. And then you've got the two-headed monster of Aroldis Chapman and Justin Slayton who close it out. Aroldis Chapman goes in and he gives up 1 hit, and that 1 hit was a fluke pesky pull Andrew Benintendi home run, and then he gave up, and then he struck a guy out. And so look, Chapman gave up the home run, but it was a garbage time. Again, pesky pull home run from Red Sox legend Andrew Benintendi. But he looked solid overall. Struck out Bobby Dahlbeck, which I LOL'd at, which I thought was hilarious. And then Justin Slayton, who's looking like one of the most dominant relievers in all of baseball right now, comes in 1 inning, shut 1K. The pitching yesterday, was absolutely automatic, and I loved to see it. But go down below in the comments to me. Grade Walker Buehler's outing. A, B, C, D, or F. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm going to give it an A-, I think. The longest he's gone in a game in quite some time, and he looked dominant. 9 Ks. He almost struck out double digits yesterday. And again, I know it's the White Sox. That's why I'm giving it an A-, but that's really good news if you're a Red Sox fan, to see him come out and absolutely shove. And I don't care who it is. They're all major league players. So that's really great news. I was really happy about that. But you let me know. A, B, C, D, or F, grade it down below in the comments. Before we move on to the offense and the second piece of really good news for the Red Sox, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are very close to our goal of 1,500 subscribers. We are recapping every single Red Sox game, all 162, along with the latest injury news. Every time there's an injury update, we make a video, as well as the latest trade rumors when the trade deadline gets closer and everything in between. Don't miss out. Join the fastest growing Red Sox community here on the internet. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, I say this every time I do a sub read. Give us a week. Give us a week. Hit that subscribe button, and after a week, if you don't like the content, you can unsubscribe. Money back guaranteed, absolutely free. So give us a try. Give us that 7-day trial period, and I promise you, you're going to love what you get. All right, let's talk about the offense here. Second piece of good news. Good news number 2. Trevor Story is finally breaking out with the Red Sox. And it's not like a breakout. Like, we know what Trevor Story is. We know what he can be. But ever since he joined the Red Sox, he has not had a signature season. And a lot of that doesn't have to do with him as a player. It has to do with injury. He's been injured, I think, probably more than he's played as a member of the Boston Red Sox. But this year, a full healthy offseason, an offseason to just focus on baseball activities, he is looking like the vintage Colorado Rocky Trevor Story and dominating at the plate. His stat line from yesterday, he went 3 for 4 with a RBI and a run. He is hitting .337 so far to start the season, has an OPS of almost 9 at .894. If you can get this Trevor Story all year long, this is going to be a deadly lineup, because when we were talking about the lineup in the offseason, we were never considering Trevor Story as one of your highest output contributors on offense. Everyone was talking about Jarren Duran, Rafael Devers, Alex Bregman, Tristan Casas. What are you going to get out of Kristian Campbell? Is Wilyer Abreu going to be good? But low-key, Trevor Story was probably one of the most interesting stories going into spring training and the season. And so far, he's looked pretty damn good. And I absolutely love that. Because I know there's been the Marcelo Meyer conversation, and he is looming, but for Story to be absolutely like breaking out in terms of offensive production for the Sox this year, you can't help but think that that is incredible news for the Red Sox, for him to be one of your key contributors on offense so far. He looked really good yesterday, and that is a giant piece of good news if you are a Red Sox fan. And look, Kristian Campbell is another minor piece of good news too. He's still contributing. He went 2 for 3 yesterday, had 2 RBIs. He also drew a walk, and he struck out once, but that's okay. He's hitting .316. He has an OPS of .918. He has reached base in 21 of his first 22 games in Major League Baseball. This kid's special, and he's proving it so far. And he's proving that the beginning of the season was not a slump, because he's struggled a little bit here or there, but he's continuing to make contact and hit the ball. And that's all you can ask for someone who's in your 6 hole. Like, that's all you can ask for, and he is looking really, really good. We'll run through the rest of the stats here real quick before we get out of here. Jarren Duran went 1 for 4 with a run scored and a K. Devers went 0 for 3 with a walk and a K. Bregman went 1 for 2. He also walked twice, which was great. Wilyer went 0 for 3. He did walk. He struck out 3 times. That was kind of a brutal day for Wilyer. Casas went 0 for 4. Just nothing doing for him. He was making contact, just wasn't landing. Refsnyder went 1 for 4. How can we forget about Refsnyder? He had the major home run at the beginning of the game, which was great to see. Rafael went 0 for. He came in and pinch ran, I believe. Or no, he was just a defensive substitution. He didn't have an at-bat. Carlos Narvaez went 0 for 4, but he's in your 9 hole. It is what it is. He is your catcher. You struck out 8 times. You had 8 hits, so I guess I'll take that ratio. I'm not going to complain about it. You also walked 5 times, which is good to see. You went 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. You left 8 runners on base. It's not really what you want to see, but when the White Sox go 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position, I guess you win the runners in scoring position battle, so I'll take it at the end of the day. That's it. The Red Sox win the series. Like I already said, if we're standings watching, they are a game and a half behind New York in the AL East, and New York's playing Cleveland, who is a good ball club. So if you can take a few games off of Seattle, and New York continues to lose to Cleveland, who again is a good team, I mean, in the next few days, you could be sitting at the top of the AL East, which would be absolutely incredible considering the kind of brutal start to the season that the Red Sox had. Okay, predict the Red Sox record against the Mariners. They play a 3-game series starting today. Bello will be on the mound. Who is he facing? It's still TBD. Bello's on the mound, Newcomb's on the mound on Wednesday, and Crochet is on the mound on Thursday. Predicted the record for me. I'm going to go 2 out of 3. I think that Bello has a signature start today, and I think that Crochet absolutely shuts down whatever the Mariners' offense is. I think Newcomb probably struggles. I think that Seattle probably takes a game against Newcomb, but I think the Red Sox take 2 out of 3 and are sitting pretty in the AL East. But you let me know down below in the comments. Predict the Red Sox record against the Mariners. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Once again, if you've not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Videos every single day reacting and recapping every single Red Sox game, along with injury news, trade rumors, everything under the sun. If you love the Red Sox, you're going to love this channel. I guarantee it. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, go Sox.